Ciao e bentornati. Welcome back to Pillole D'Italiano. In today's episode number 80, we're going to talk about the passive form. Now, I personally don't think that this is a super complicated topic, but there is one complicating factor, one thing that Italians do when they're using the passive form that English speakers won't. But before telling you what that one thing is, just a reminder to subscribe to the channel if you're new to it, and to leave a comment in the comment section below to let me know if you have questions, doubts, concerns, or give me feedback, or even simply to request an episode on a specific topic. All right, and with that being said, let's jump into this passive form, shall we? So what do I mean by passive? Let's just make sure that we're all on the same page. If there is a certain scenario, like the classic example of a person eating an apple, if I say I eat an apple, I will be the subject. I will be the person who is actively doing the action of eating the apple. Mangio una mela. Now, if I want to flip the sentence on its head and I want to make the apple the subject, then the apple becomes the passive receiver of my action of eating it. So I would have to say the apple is eaten by me. La mela è mangiata da me. And that's what the passive form is. When you're making something passive, like a thing, receiving the action rather than the person making an active effort to do something, if that makes sense. So once more, the apple is eaten by me will be la mela è mangiata da me. Watch out for that preposition, is da. The person who's doing the action, the person by whom the action is done. In English you would say by, but in Italian we say da, from, if you want to look at it that way. So easy peasy, right? What's the complicating factor is the fact that in Italian you could either have the verb essere and the verb venire with the passive form. So I could have just as easily said la mela viene mangiata da me. That's the only, I guess, thing that could create some confusion. You could use essere, you could use venire in constructing the passive form. For us Italian speakers, it's exactly the same thing. We could use essere or venire in building the passive form, but for you guys, for English speakers in general, that tends to create some confusion. So let me give you an example of a longer sentence where I use two passive forms, one with essere and one with venire, so that you can see how I would naturally do that. Let's talk about il miele, honey. I can say that il miele è prodotto dalle api, ma viene raccolto dagli apicoltori. Once more, il miele è prodotto dalle api, ma viene raccolto dagli apicoltori. So I'm saying il miele, the honey, è prodotto, is produced dalle api, by the bees, ma viene raccolto, but it is collected dagli apicoltori, by the beekeepers. Does that make sense? You see how in English I'm still translating in the same way, even when I have the viene in the passive form? It is collected. All this to say that when you bump into a sentence where the verb venire is followed by a past participle is the past form of a verb, like mangiare, mangiato, raccogliere, raccolto, dormire, dormito, spendere, speso, etc. So when you see that venire plus a past participle, don't try and translate venire like you would normally do if you were to encounter it by itself. Just default to, okay, this is essere. In my mind, it's like essere. So viene raccolto, it is collected. Let me give you one last example. If I say that Mario non viene considerato dalla sua famiglia, I'm saying that Mario non viene considerato, is not considered dalla sua famiglia, by his family. Oof, I know, that went dark really fast. But it was just to show you the use of the passive form, and hopefully no one is in Mario's shoes right now. Well, that's it for today. Let me know if it makes sense. If you have additional questions, use the comment section below to try and practice these passive forms with essere and venire so that you can get my feedback. And if you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to like it. And I will see you in a week. Ciao, presto!